with Beer Man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing today? Where we from in this beautiful world? It is another beer. Jeez, I couldn't say it. It's another beer and cheese Tuesday, and welcome here, welcome panel. Let me turn your guys' names on, man. Oops,
Who's got styrofoam?
styrofoam. There we go. All right, who's got the styrofoam? So we got Bumpy Road Brewery, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews, Jammer Fan After Dark, and Beer Man here with y'all. We're gonna try some cheese and beer and see if it goes well. Y'all know the routine, those that have been here before and those on the panel. But welcome to all the people from my restream with Facebook and Twitter, and welcome everyone in the chat as well. We got Mary, Drunken One, Mary Butch, Drunken One, Jammers there. Cabaco Carlos, cheers, man, and cheers to everyone else that joins us. All right. Man, my voice is raspy. All right, let's start with Bumpy. Do a little show and tell.
Hold on, I'm chasing a fruit fly. It's jerks. All right. My cheese is scattered because the fruit fly was like making my cheese as a cave. So first we'll start with the cheese. From Sartori, I have their Old World cheddar. It's aged in sharp. Says that it's a robust cheddar inspired by European tradition. I've cut it up, and that's what it looks like. Nice. It does have it's got a nice cheddar sharp bite to it. A little bit of that kind of cheddar funk and nutty butteriness. Smells really good. Smells pretty strong. The beer that I'm going to pair with this is from Knoxville, Tennessee. This one is called Testillation IPA. It is brewed by Crafty Bastard Brewery, and it's 6.7% ABV. It says on the back, Testillation IPA, contrary to the rounded edges and softened bodies that have delineated the haze craze, the sharp lines and persistent triangulation of Testillation IPA fulfill an innate desire. A linear progression of encounters ensures there is no overlap or space in between the pungent aromas and familiar herbs, bright flavors of mango, and firm but restrained bitterness that creates a pattern worthy of repetition. And it does say that this is a gluten-reduced beer. So I just found that out prior to going on here. So we'll see.
All right.
Go ahead and open up this beer and give it a pour. I do have a used glass, which ensures that it has no leaks.
Yeah. Big ass hole on the top, though.
big hole in the top. Yeah, don't turn it upside down. So this has a very tight white bubbled head. It looks like the bubbles are going to start to break up just a little bit, but it is kind of frothy on top, turning into a rocky type head. The color of the beer itself is a nice golden straw-like gold, very clear. It looks darker right there, but it's really a lot lighter than that. So as you can see,
oh yeah, look at that.
Good clarity. That's on the other side of the glass versus spyglass. So, fruit fly. What the flip?
Fruit flies.
All right. Well, I'll start enjoying these, and hopefully no more fruit flies.
Yeah, I hope
Cheers.
not. That sucks. Cheers. Oh, I muted myself. Cheers, man. Cheers. Thank you. All right. Miscellaneous.
All right, cheers, everybody. Today I got Product from Boar said this is their Edam cheese. I brought this cheese once on this show. I paired it with a peanut butter and jelly brown ale. That was a very good combination. Wish I could still get that. Well, I can still get the beer. It's just not as good as they got bought out. Yeah, here's the cheese. Came big wedge, red rind with two layers of film on that one. Weird, different. Anyways, yeah, cut it up. It's pretty, I don't know, dry, not too springy, kind of bendy, rubbery, I guess would probably be the right word. Yeah, we'll get through more of that on the next round. But yeah, I got something from 450 North. I got another peanut butter jelly beer. Says they're peanut butter and jelly slushy XL.
Nice.
Smoothie style sour with blackberry, banana, grape, peanut butter, and marshmallow. No
Wow.
ABV listed in true 450 North fashion. So,
Cheers.
saw Brian Beer Snob drink this. Looked pretty good.
No, wow,
Oh
look at
yeah, there you go. There you go.
that. Good.
Yeah, so minimal head there. Get a
Chunky
little bit of gain out of it, yeah. Definitely
or
purpley.
turbid, nice.
Yeah, murky, lots of stuff going on in there. So
Awesome.
that peanut butter's strong with that one, I tell you.
Yeah, that's peanut butter in there.
Oh yeah,
A lot of that. Yeah, nice. Cool.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Miscellaneous. Right on, dude.
Crop, man.
That looks really tasty, man. I want it right now. Give me some.
All right. Hey, good evening, everybody in the
Cheers,
panel. Thank you for having me on your wonderful program, Mr. Beerman.
Thank you.
So today I've got hickory smoked bourbon Gouda.
Ooh.
It's hard to see the label. I weirdly see this cheese in grocery store times. Sometimes it's called red apple cheese. There's the logo right there. They just make a lot of these little Goudas that just kind of hang out. I was at Walmart and I needed to find something, that wasn't going to break the bank, but that looked like a good cheese. So that's what I went with. I decided to go with a smoked beer tonight. This is from Weldworks. This is called Smokin' Peaches. It's a German-style smoked lager that's got smoked Colorado Palisade peaches and then smoked German malts. And then, yeah, they just kind of make a lager.
Excuse me. Wow, that's cool.
So I wanted to go, Smoketoberfest, smoke on smoke, smoke out, just bring all the smoke.
Perfect. That sounds like
So,
a good
yeah.
mix.
Got a nice globe glass here. Just gonna give this guy a nice little pour. I have no idea the carbonation level on this, but I'm kind of going like a heavier pour. Pretty tight head, although there are some kind of large bubbles on top. Maybe a tiny bit of rockiness. The color, it looks like it's, from what I understood, because I talked to somebody who had this beer, it's kind of like a smoked Hellas kind of lager. So it's got that golden kind of color. Sorry, there's got some kind of reflection going on in there, but it looks like just kind of like a good two finger head. Let's see if I can get a little. Sorry, my video quality isn't the best today, but this is it's a good representation of the color, but it's like 90% transparent. There's a little bit of light, a little bit of stuff that gets through around the edges. And somebody in the comments asked if I've been confused for Jeremy Piven, and yes, I've been confused for Jeremy Piven before, so that has happened. I was a big fan of the Entourage show too, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, the cheese. Sorry, my little cheese board type thing is in the washer, so I just had to kind of like grab this guy. Kind of hard to see, so I'll hold up a slice. You can kind of see it's got the nice smoke marks. This is the outside rind. It's got some nice smoke marks, on the outside. And then here's just kind of what the piece. I can smell it from here. It's smoky. This stuff is like real smoky.
Yeah, I think I've had that. That's pretty decent cheese.
Yeah, I don't know who the other guy is. I always thought you looked like Robert Downey Jr.
Well, hey, I'll take it, guys. Thanks.
That's funny. All right. Well, cool, man. Jammer, thank you, man. We got Josh in the house. Hello, dude.
What's going on?
Hey, Josh.
Welcome,
Cheers. Thanks for having me. I'll start off with the cheese first. So tonight I have Yancey's Fancy Peppadew, sweet and slightly spicy picante pepper, New York State cheese. There's the package,
I haven't seen that one yet.
and then there's what the cheese looks like. Nice
Ooh.
Wow.
pepper in there. So tonight we're gonna get a little weird. So I was like, I'm gonna do a sour, but it may work, it may not work. But so the beer I'm bringing is from Imprint. It's the mixed berry s'mores at 6%. It has raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, boysenberry, milk chocolate, marshmallow, and graham crackers. So
We got some cool beers on the panel tonight, man.
Yeah.
we shall see
Sounds
if it works or
tasty.
not. I might be getting sick, but
Beer's gonna be good, I'm sure.
I hope so. Let's see, give it a pour.
Josh will be back on the toilet in no time.
Exactly. Yep. And we get a nice pour. Swirl it a little bit.
It's got a black top, just like your arm.
Right? They knew it was for me.
Damn, dude, that looks tasty.
Ooh.
Oh, gonna get the game.
Oh, that Cascade, dude.
So yeah, nice. It's almost. It looks darker on camera, but it's a little lighter. But yeah, a lot of head on this one. But yeah, so we'll see how well this spicy cheese pairs with this sour. Hopefully, it's good. We'll see. But thanks for having me, Beer Man. Cheers. Cheers to the panel.
Cheers, man. Carlos is a cocaine.
Yeah, dude. There you go, Carlos.
All right, Carlos. Okay, so so I got one from Face Rock Creamery out of Bandon, Oregon. It's in your face, spicy 3-pepper cheddar. That's what the package looks like. And this is the cheese. It's just got 3 peppers in it. And it's a rubbery kind of. We'll get into that. Smells more like a medium cheddar or something. All right, and then this beer here is from Block 15, and it's called Galaxy. Nice. And it's an IPA. I don't know if it's 7% ABV, and it says it was brewed with flaked barley and oats. So I'm assuming it's gonna be a hazy beer, perhaps, if we can get clear here. And it's a see, that just comes out, doesn't it? 629. So what is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 2.5 months old. Definitely hazy. And it's got a nice creamy flaked oat looking freaking head. Just looks creamy. It looks smooth.
Nice.
And
Nice.
really soft. A nice lemon kind of color. More of like a lemony or a lemon honey or something. Hazy beer. Can't see through it. Opaque. Got a nice medium rising bubble. Oh, this is very really fruity. Really juicy. Really juicy beer here. I can't wait to get into this. This just might go good with this. So, right on. Let's get Bumpy on up again.
Bumpy.
Right. And if tonight couldn't get any weirder, I did have a phone call from Drewski. He left me a voicemail. He wants to arm wrestle. So,
Yeah.
anyways, the beer. We'll go with this first. Tessellation IPA from Crafty Bastard Brewery out of Knoxville, Tennessee. It's leaving some good lacing on the glass. The aromas, it's definitely got this mango, a bit bready from the malt as well. There's a bit of an herbal type spice. I almost smell a little bit of a berry type note in there. And a little bit of a pine as well. Anyways, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Did you
boys.
say the hops yet, Bumpy, or did you know the hop varieties? I think I might have missed that part.
Cheers.
They don't mention the hops at all.
Fair enough.
They just mention mango and herbs and stuff like that from it. But
Cool.
yeah, it's got a medium body, medium carbonation, slightly drying on the palate. It's got some maltiness to it. It's kind of on that bready cracker type playing field. The hop flavor doesn't come through like the aromas do. It's definitely got a bitterness to it. I mean, this one's a pretty moderately bitter beer. There is a slight bit of a mango. I pick up more of the mango as after I drink and I'm talking. Kind of get a little bit of that mango. I don't really get it when I'm drinking the beer. A little bit of a zesty herbalness with definitely a piney finish to this one. I mean, this is like an American IPA through and through. Where this one's gluten reduced, it doesn't taste at all like the gluten free beer that I had. It doesn't have any of that kind of strange chickpea or whatever things that they use, goat weed, I don't know, type things going for it. So this one is made with the barley. It's just whatever they do to reduce the gluten. They do, but it still tastes like a straight up American IPA. Pretty standard for the most part. The aromas with the mango and stuff, I'd say, is a little bit kind of keeping it towards the east versus the west, where it's not like super citrusy, but it does have that pine note for sure. Pine note. The cheese. It's sticking together. It's a sticky kind of cheese. Nuttiness, full on. It's got that like real sharp cheddar bite, that funky cheddar bite to it. It melts in the mouth. It just coats the entire palate. There is a lot of that sharpness. This is like wow cheddar. A little bit of that kind of tang, the tanginess from how sharp and funky that this cheddar note is. It's kind of got that like acidic tang to it. Maybe even going a little bit on like a citrusy type side. Just with how the pH on it seems to be diving down there to get that sharp, funky tanginess. Right. I mean, I'm saying this cheese is fucking awesome. It's some great cheddar. Really loving this cheese.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and I'm going to eat some more cheese.
Is it technically a cheddar? It's technically classified as a cheddar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Okay.
cheddar. It's an old world cheddar.
Okay.
It's aged and sharp. It's robust cheddar inspired by European tradition. Whatever
Nice.
European tradition is, I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, it sounds like it has some unique notes, like the citrus and stuff for a cheddar, the tanginess, like this more citrus, that pungent. Yeah, that's awesome, man. It sounds bomb.
That's
The
a
mouth
good
is
company
coated. I mean, the flavors on this cheese just linger and linger and linger. It coats your mouth and
Nice.
so having the cheese remnants in the mouth, drinking this IPA, it actually cuts back on the bitterness. It brings more of the fruit notes and getting more mango out of the beer now.
Nice.
The malt presence is still there. It's nice. It brings up more of that mango like flavor out of the beer, that piney bitterness that was lingering on. It's not as potent as it was. It doesn't seem to linger on as much. And I still get a lot of that sharp tanginess from the cheddar, even after drinking the beer. So that's awesome. Definitely changes the beer for the better that way. And now we do the other way of drink and then eat.
Drink and then eat.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bon appetit.
Cheers. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, back to the more of that piney bitterness, not so much of the fruits. Yeah, a little goosebumps actually happening.
Wow.
Zing.
It kind of takes that, like, you get that piney bitterness from this beer. Then when you start to eat the cheese afterwards, it kind of takes a moment. It's like it's coating the mouth, but you're not getting the full on cheese, and all of a sudden it's like a big spark, and you just get hit with all the cheese notes. I still have that bitterness left in my mouth from the beer, but then I get all that tangy, sharp cheddar note. So it works both ways. It's different both ways as well. Where drinking the beer alone and then having the cheese, you're getting kind of what the beer is off what the beer is naturally, with that kind of more pininess at the tail end, and then the cheddar just takes over. So you get a lot of that bitterness, and then it just coats your mouth. It takes out that bitterness. It takes a little bit of a time period for that cheese to hit, but once it does hit, it's like full force. Delicious flavor.
Rad.
Either way, I mean, the cheese definitely makes the beer taste better if you eat the cheese first and then have the beer. I think I like that because it does cut down on that piney bitterness, and it does bring out more of that mango fruit flavor from the brew. So
Nice.
yeah, I gotta think of the score. I mean,
Sound like you got a winner there.
yeah, this cheese is just absolutely awesome.
I've had a couple from that brand, and they're good.
They're all good. Yeah, everything I've had from them. It's been
Yeah.
good.
This is I mean, I really love what's that Irish cheddar cheese there? Kerrygold.
Cher-
I really love
Kerrygold.
Kerrygold,
Yeah.
but this is like, oh my god, I think this could
Right.
put Kerrygold like either like, or it's gonna smack it down just a little bit. I don't know. Good cheese.
Some good ass cheese.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm gonna
Nice.
enjoy
Cheers,
the
man.
rest of this.
Bumpy's good.
All right. Thanks, man. Go.
All right. So yeah, I guess we'll start with the beer. Yeah. That's the appearance. The nose on this, it's a little bit. I'm not gonna say off. It's different from what they say it is. Peanut butter's there for sure. I get the grape. That, I don't know if it's the marshmallow that's playing with the peanut butter, the vanilla peanut butter thing. It's got almost like a chocolate thing going on. I let my wife taste it, and she's like, I kind of get what you're getting at, but yeah, I don't smell banana or any of that. So Cheers. Go ahead and try this out.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Definitely full body, low carbonation, even though it still looks pretty effervescent, but it's not real spritzy. This one's a little bit more savory, tart, and then it has like a little bit of a sweet finish. I definitely get grape, peanut butter. I don't get blackberry or banana on the flavor, but I mean, there's a lot going on. It's very adjunct forward beer. It tastes good. You definitely probably wouldn't want to sit down and get drunk on this stuff. You'd probably be feeling a little ill after a while, but yeah. So it's good. I like it. It's like I said, that's probably like a one and done. If you got a 4-pack of that. So for the Edam, the product of Holland, Boar's Head cheese. Like I said, it's a bit rubbery. It's loosening up now. It's getting a little bit more room temperature, but it's almost got like a provolone kind of smell, but it's got more of a salinity factor to it. It smells a bit more salty, and it has almost like a slight sweet funkiness to it, like how Brie does, but not as intense as Brie. But that's pretty much what it's got going on for it. Just a slight bit of nuttiness. So yeah, I haven't had this brand. I had another one. Bumpy had it too, and he said his was kind of bland. I enjoyed it, but at each their own. Creamy, envelops the palate. Definitely got a salt kick in there. It's rich, like I said, nutty.
What's another cheese that you could compare Edam to, just so I can get I don't think I've ever had it. I'm just trying to get a
Gouda.
frame of reference.
You
Pretty
think
close
Gouda?
to Gouda.
It's close to Gouda.
It is. Like just like a plain, like I guess not like a non-smoked Gouda.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Very, like I said, it is. It's got a salty kick. Like initially you bite, you're like, it's not too salty. You get that nice milkiness to it, but then like halfway through, and it starts to break down. There is a nice salinity factor to it. I'm gonna have the cheese and then drink the beer because there's a lot going on there, and I know if I sip that, then I eat this. It's just gonna take it over. So yeah, cheesers.
Cheesers.
Cheesers, Godspeed.
That's good, though.
Cheesers.
Now, I have the cheese. With that, those fruits come out more. I definitely pick up blackberry. The bananas come more to life. Grape is way more present. The peanut butter's still there. There is a little bit of like I said, that it's weird. Just the meld of all that together. It's got this weird, slight chocolatey vibe to it. I figured it might pair well because I know this is usually a saltier cheese, something like salt and sweet and salty, contrast would go together, and it does. I'll try some of the beer first, and then, or whatever this cocktail.
Cocktail.
It's weird when you call it a beer. I don't know. It is. You have the cheese and then the beer. And like I said, it highlighted more of those fruit flavors that I wasn't getting initially, just sipping the beer by itself. So not bad. I bet this would be a really good cheese, like a nice malt bomb beer too. Nice sweet caramel malty backbone.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like a nice Fuller's or something like that would probably go great with this. So I've got no complaints. It's not bad, and like I said, comparing was good. It's definitely not the worst. I was kind of going off the cuff with this and trying to work with what I had in the fridge, so not bad.
Nice. That's good. That's experimental, but it works. So for the most part, that's
Yeah, it's
good.
definitely like a sweet and savory thing. It plays well together. As I said, either some things go together, and then sometimes you can take
Right.
two things that don't go together, and sometimes they work out. So that's one of these times.
Peanut butter and mango sherbet, baby.
Mm.
That's really good. I'm telling you. All right. Thanks, Miscellaneous. All right, man. Gemma.
What's up, guys? So I will say, sitting here amongst the cheese and beer, smelling like a campfire. It's like very smoky, and I'm pretty far away from everything, like a good, like 2 feet or something. So, I'll start with the beer. I haven't smelled it or anything yet. I'm gonna pour a little. This is what it looked like really quick. With the head settles down to a thin cap, and there's really not a lot of lacing. I didn't expect too much lacing from a smoke and fruit beer, honestly. So. Probably more than I thought. Which, by the way, I forgot to say this is 6% ABV and canned on 9/4/21. So, gonna get the aroma on this guy. Wow. So this is probably one of the smokier beers that I've had in a long time. What's cool is that you get a big blast of the peach, and the peaches are smoked too. So you do get this like nice, smoky peach flavor. There's almost a festive holiday element, kind of like Shiner has their peaches and I don't know, like some kind of peach and pecan beer that they do that also has like a German background to it, either Shiner Cheer. So, but this also has that just great smoked German malt. And I don't know that I've ever had a smoked lager before. I'm not. Does anybody know if the German beers are typically smoked lagers or if they're smoked ales? Does anybody know that? Typically, traditionally, I forget like the
Lager.
rotten beer,
Rauch beers. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
they're,
are
they're usually lager style because Germany brews a lot of lagers. They
Okay.
have a Helles they smoke.
I agree.
They also do
They have a
Dunkels and stuff like that.
Dunkels. This definitely looks like a Hell's type. And actually, it's kind of hard to tell, but like in the lighting I have, it has like a little bit of peachy, amberish tones in there too, like on the highlights. So it almost looks kind of like a campfire in a glass, with the smokiness. It's like a nice presentation from those guys. But I really get the peach, which is nice. Here, I'll show some more of this good kind of like you can see. It's interesting as there's this like little white bar there. You can tell when they were smoking it, it's like it was on a rack or something, part of it maybe didn't get exposed there, but just super, super smoky. And it has that standard Gouda smell, which is, I don't know, kind of like creamy and nutty. And there's, I don't know, something that makes Gouda. I'm not quite sure if it's a salinity or something that creeps in there. Now, this does say bourbon, but it doesn't really say how the hell they get the bourbon in there. I don't know if it's like some flavoring they add, or I don't know. It does not look like it's been soaked in bourbon. I've had bourbon soaked cheese before, and I will say that this is only $3.97 at Walmart. So I wasn't expecting it to be like something that was like, and that's for a half-pounded cheese. So it's actually a pretty good deal. I mean, less than $8 a pound. I just didn't want to break the bank. I've been spending too much on fancy cheeses lately, which is why last week I had the Tillamook sharp cheddar. I'm just like trying to get something for like $4 or under that at least doesn't suck. But yeah, so I'm gonna, it smells just super smoky.
I'll let you know how they get the bourbon in there too when you're ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it, Bumpy. While I'm tasting this, how do they do it?
All right, so you have bourbon barrels. They will break down bourbon barrels into pellets to be smoked. So they smoke it with the actual bourbon barrel pellets.
Okay.
interesting.
I wish they would have
Makes sense.
explained that on there. But
That's cool.
I don't. It's hard to tell. I've had a lot of smoked Goudas. I like the style. This smoke does taste a little bit different, but I've never had I don't know. I've never had something smoked with bourbon pellets, but I'm not getting like, a bourbony wood, molassesy kind of like, bourbon flavor out of it or anything. But it is very smoky. So I tried the cheese. So I've been doing cheese and drink first. So cheese, tried that. Okay. And then now I'm going to go in on the beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's everybody.
He's
Oh man, this is my first time having this beer, and wow, it tastes like a lot of German smoked beers I've tried, which have been like 3 or 4, and I've had a few domestic smoked beers. I don't know if anybody's had oaked and smoked from Epic Brewing. That's a pretty easy one to find, at least in my area. It's a Belgian dark ale that's smoked with oak. Ships kind of like the cheese. But this one, man, they just went all out. But you get a lot of the peach in the flavor. It's just really nicely crafted beer. I mean, it's Weld Works, so, Oh, wow. I'll show the can one more time. It's, it's a really nice can here. Here, let me try to see if I can get it up. Yeah, smoking peaches. Kind of a cool, like, smoky cloud that has reds and peach colors in it and stuff. And then it just has the ingredients on the side. Smoked malt and smoked peaches. I only know they're Palisade peaches because the guy at my bottle shop was like, oh, yeah, I talked to one of the distributors or something, and he said that they used Colorado peaches, and then they actually used, like, authentic German malts and hops and stuff making the beer. So they tried to make it kind of as authentic as they could for the hybrid style kind of that it is. So,
Right.
It's got kind of a thin mouth feel. The carbonation is there, but it's I don't know. The carbonation's very similar to a Hell's, but maybe dialed a little bit back. And it does have, a thinner mouth feel to it. I don't know if that's just because of fruit beers often that happens and stuff. I don't know. Just less malt overall in there, I guess. So I'm just gonna kind of take a couple more sips and then I'll do the, kind of the beer to the cheese.
That's intriguing. I've never heard of anybody smoking peaches.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody smoking peaches either. So,
Unique.
Justin Bieber does it.
So believe it or not, it pulls out. It pulls. That was funny, Bumpy. That was funny. I was like into my spiel, but I got you. I see you. Actually, so the beer is so much more smokier than the cheese that when I eat the cheese, now it just tastes like bacon. It tastes like a candied bacon flavor, like a fruity candied bacon. And that's an improvement. I'll take it.
Yeah, I like that umami with
Sweet umami.
Smoke too.
Yeah. No, umami's that's a great descriptor. So, yeah. Last week I said my combination was like birthday party at grandma's. This is more like hanging out in the back of Uncle Rico's van. He's he's smoking something. He's smoking something on the smoker. He's physically smoking something. He's like, hey, go get some peaches. It'll go good with this beer, kid. So, Uncle Rico hanging out with his mustache and mullet, throwing you a couple pieces of cheese and peaches to keep you alive because he's getting $50 to watch you for the day while he's smoking, his meat in the back of his van or something. So it's just, that's just kind of like the overall. Also, I just kind of feel like I'm at like a tailgate party or a camp out. It's just so smoky in here. It's like really just smoky experience. So it's interesting. So I'll pass it on, man. Go,
Nice.
Go.
Cool. Thank you. Right on. Thank you, Gemma. All right, here we go. We got Josh here. Last beer.
Experiment time. So we'll start with the beer. Like I said, it's from Imprint out of Hatfield, PA. 6% mixed berry s'mores with blueberry, raspberry, boysenberry, strawberry, graham cracker, milk chocolate, marshmallow. I think that's all the berries and stuff. So yeah, that's what she looks like. So look at all that. The head just stayed for a while. It's kind of like a spongy type head. Like I said, it looks a little bit darker on the camera, but it's actually a little bit lighter in person. Going for a sniff. So there's a lot of berries in here, so it's kind of hard to pick out each one. But get the strawberry. Get the
shit. Sorry. I thought it
Boysenberry. Graham cracker, I guess a little bit. Some of that milk chocolate. A little bit of that marshmallow. Blueberry, raspberry, I guess I can kind of get out of this, but there's so much to pull out because there's so much stuff in this beer. It's kind of hard to pinpoint each little aspect of it, but yeah, you get all the berry notes. You get some of that milk chocolate, some of that graham cracker, marshmallow. It's got that creaminess. It says, it was canned in September. I forgot to mention that too. September 2nd. And it says Drew Berry S'more on the bottom of it, of the can. So that's pretty cool. All right. The cheese, like I said, I'm doing the Yancey's Fancy. The says sweet and slightly spicy picante pepper New York State cheese. Got a big old piece right there. Some nice big old pepper right there. Kind of oily. Definitely smell the peppers. It's picante peppers.
Fresh looking. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's kind of not spongy, but it's kind of like rubbery-ish kind of material. Smells a little salty, probably from those peppers and stuff. But yeah, I'll start with the cheese and see how it tastes. I'm gonna get the big old portion of it, so I get all them peppers in there. So cheeser.
Cheezers.
Is a picante a type of pepper, or is that like a preparation of peppers? I'm just wondering what picante pepper is.
I think it is a pepper.
Yeah.
No.
Like paste picante, you know?
Yeah.
New York City.
Right? It is a New York State cheese.
Red peppers.
Oh, yeah. So maybe it's like a New York thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
This cheese is pretty creamy.
That commercial.
Pretty salty. Oily. A little bit rubbery when you're eating it, kind of. Doesn't really. It's got a creamy aspect, but it doesn't really like melt in your mouth. You get a little bit of that kick from that picante pepper. But it's good. Put it on some crackers or something, or put it on a sandwich. Some mustard or something on there, but
Look at those.
I like it. Not too hot, not too spicy. Not like, oh man, it's got that little bit of a kick in the back end, not like a habanero or something like that, but just enough heat to let you know it's there. But appreciate it, Drewski.
Yeah, nice way you eat.
So we'll do the beer next after I eat that cheese and see if I get some of that heat still. So cheers.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, man. I'm sure that's a good beer to taste.
Roasted.
So yeah, the pepper's gone completely. I don't know. I feel like I get a little more creaminess. You don't really taste any of the pepper because I think all those berries and all those adjuncts kind of mask it, but now I'm kind of getting more of like the milk chocolate and graham cracker.
Crazy. I've tasted shit like that in these sours. Yep.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's definitely fruit smoothie-esque, as you can see. Look at all that lacing that just sticks there. But so let's try them together. Like I said, this is very full body, as you can see. Very thick. Like I said, fruit smoothie. Put a bunch of fruits and all that stuff in there and blend it up, and I guess you can call it a sour, even though it's not really sour. It's more sweet. They should call it a sweet ale. Well, yeah, instead of a sour ale, they should call it a sweet ale. But that's what you get with most of these smoothie I almost said seltzer.
Like a sweet
Smoothie sours.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're good. Can't, like Miscellaneous was saying earlier, some of these can be super sweet. I don't think you could. I mean, I guess you could drink a whole 4-pack, but you'd be feeling it. It'd be way too sweet, sugary. But
Yeah.
too much.
Wilford Brimley status.
Yeah, right. Diabetes. But nice.
They're
to
fun. They're fun to sip on every once in a while. Like,
Yeah, but you can't.
spread them out. Yeah.
can't pound these back. I mean, I guess you could if you like.
You wouldn't want to sit down and
You
get
might get an ulcer.
Yeah, right. Take one or two to like the beach or something, or like a hot day. You got one in the freezer for a while or something. Crack it open. But
Right.
yeah, let's let me get another big piece and put it together and see what I get out of it. Cheesers.
Jesus.
Jesus.
This might be good or it might be bad.
Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's Jesus.
It has like a. Yeah, now you get those peppers on the back end, but it has like a weird aftertaste because you get all that sweetness. And then you get all of that picante
Vegetal.
pepper. Yeah, it's very vegetal at the end. So it's like that vegetal taste, but with berries and milk chocolate and graham crackers and stuff like that. I mean, you still get a little bit of creaminess, but like I said, that aftertaste when you put them both together. I mean, separate, it's not bad. You don't really taste the pepper, but when you combine the two, it's not that great. But a cool experiment regardless. I was like, you know what? Do a pepper cheese with something out of the ordinary, some sort of, smoothie, sour or something like that. See,
I never heard of a picante cheese.
Yeah.
So that's such an amazing combination. I mean, it's at least you're probably never going to taste anything like that again. You could probably say that.
Right, exactly. I was like, yeah, let's change it up here and see if it works. I mean, I think separately they work well, but together, I mean, to me, it has like a weird, like Beer Man was saying, like a vegetal type taste. I think all those adjuncts and stuff that they throw in this beer, all those berries and milk chocolate and graham cracker and stuff, I don't think it really pairs too well with those picante peppers and the saltiness from the cheese and stuff. But try stuff out, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
It's like the cheddar cheese, like goes good on like a what does cheddar go like on sweet foods? Like peanut
apple
butter
pie,
and jelly.
like last week. We're
Apple
talking
pie, yeah.
throw it on that apple pie,
yeah.
son.
That's what I was trying to. Yeah,
Granny
and it goes
Smith, preferably.
perfect. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, totally.
But yeah, this was definitely a little science experiment to see how things went. But
Good. That's what we're all about here, man.
for sure.
That's
So
all
appreciate
about
you having me, Beer Man. Cheers to the panel, the chat. I'm gonna think on a score and
Yeah, man.
see what I
dude.
come up with. So.
Thanks, Josh.
Cheesers.
Cheesers. Okay. What's everyone been doing so I can follow suit?
Eating cheese and drinking beer.
Eating cheese. Okay, let's eat cheese first. All right, so this is a in-your-face spicy 3-pepper cheddar. And yes, it is a softer, it's breakable. It's not too bendy, but it is more of a kind of it's kind of gritty actually. It's not oily, but it's breakable. And it's got nice big chunks of peppers in there. There's 3 peppers, of course. I don't know. Let's see what they are.
Yeah, does it say that? I'm really interested to see if they're the hot, like there's hot ones in there, like some like ghost pepper. Okay, like
It does have
maybe.
habanero, which is a smokier
Habanero?
pepper. Yeah, jalapeno, habanero, so it's gonna have a little smoky. It's also gonna have sweet pepper, red peppers in there. So that would be a sweet red pepper.
Yeah, that looks like a sweet red pepper. Yeah,
Adding a little more sweetness, a little vegetal kind of peppery kind of notion. Yeah. So let's eat this. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheesers.
Oh, that's pretty good, man. It's just like red bell pepper, that sweet pepper, kind of red bell pepper, vegetal, with that cow milk cheese, and then you get a little heat from the jalapeno. You get that jalapeno heat and the jalapeno flavor, which I really like. And then
nice,
the little smoke, the little smoky habanero thing coming through.
wow.
All going real well with that nice pasty cow milk cheese. This is spicy, all right. Yeah, this is spicy. That's gonna hurt in the morning, maybe. So, woo, that builds up.
It comes on. It starts creamy, and then it starts to build.
Oh yeah, it hits you in the back as you swallow. It goes down your tonsils and throat, starts to burn up. Yeah, it's good though. It's flavorful. It's flavorful of peppers. It's got a lot of heat. The little pepper.
Yeah.
And then the
Seed.
cow the cow milk smothers the heat, so it kind of takes it and makes it right. So, all right, so let's get into the beer. All right, so just smell it. Let's go into the nose. I'm gonna go over here. Hold on. So out of can and out of the glass is completely different. I'm getting a stronger. I always get a stronger smell out of the damn can. So I'm gonna go ahead and swirl this up. See, I get hardcore lupulin. I get hops. I get as you crush them in your hands, kind of thing. You get that yellow powder on you. It smells like crushed up hops, hop pellets, more of a the smashed hop flowers, the pressed hop flowers that you would use in your brew. Yeah, very nice. It's got a nice barley kind of a grainy thing, or like a kind of, I don't know, like not grainy, kind of a. It's weird. Yeah, it's like a bready kind of flaked oaty kind of like oatmeal kind of thing. If you guys are familiar with oatmeal, I'm sure all of us are. It's got kind of an oatmeal, old fashioned oatmeal, or like some kind of weird thing, oaty expression in the malt.
Well,
So-
when you poured it, it looked like a wit beer. I don't know if it's your camera, but
It looks like a wheat
lot.
beer.
Okay,
It's-
so I was thinking in my head, I was like, it's gonna have some oaty, or something. It's gonna
Using
that-
flaked oats is
Yeah.
what it says. It doesn't say flaked wheat, but it says
Okay.
flaked oats. So and it's brewed with 100% Galaxy hops, passion fruit, lemon zest, peach. Yeah, flaked barley and oats, single
Okay.
hop all the way through with Galaxy. So, yeah, you don't get it as much. You get more like tropical fruit off the rim of the glass. I'm starting to get kind of a tropical. I get like passion fruit is kind of in there. Passion fruit, maybe some peach. Peach is what I'm gathering. Passion fruit, peach, pineapple. Wow. Very tropical, very just like fruity, like I don't know, it's really nice. It does have that bready kind of thing. Anyway, enough of the aromas. Let's drink this, man.
Cheers.
Cheesers. Cheers.
Cheers to you, man.
55
cheeses
degrees.
can turn water into rind.
This is, yes, he can. This is 55 degrees, definitely, or so-ish. It's definitely it's been here a while, sitting while I've been watching you guys, so it's definitely bringing out a lot more pronounced flavors and stuff like that. I definitely get the flaked oatmeal-y kind of thing or something. There's an oatmeal in the malt in the grain bill, like a bready malt of oatmeal and bread, white bread to be exact. Very nice white Weber bread. I
Weber.
haven't had that forever. Yeah, real
I've heard of
sweet
Wonder
white
Bread.
bread or Wonder Bread, whatever it's called. Is it Wonder Bread?
Wonder Dog.
Oh my god, dude! A white bread. Let's just say that white boy bread.
You can't say white bread anymore. Sorry.
Now I'm a racist for saying that. It's very soft. It's a soft mouthfeel. It's very fluffy and smooth and silky kind of feeling. It does have a bit of a bitterness in the back, a nice kick of bitter in the back there. Not terribly though. It's mixing real well. It has somewhat of a good balance with the fruits and the malts, but that piney, kind of a piney bitter in the back. Ooh. Doesn't have any alcohol. There's no alcohol, anything like that. Pineapple, orange, nectarines, freaking, you name it. Passion fruit. It was more in the aromas. It does have kind of a berry thing. I don't know. It's weird. It's good. It's hoppy. It's resinous. I like it. Let's have it with some cheese, man.
Num 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 num.
Anunnaki's here. Cheers, man.
I bet you it's going to be hotter beer, man, because the IPA kind of preps your tongue just to get stung by those little jellyfish receptors of the capsaicin. Just
Well, the vegetal comes out in the cheese from the peppers. You get a little like peppery kind of taste.
Nice. Peppery's nice.
Yeah, it kind of smooth. You still get the heat. The heat's there. It just kind of like goes in with it. It's nice. It doesn't like the cheese is still flavorful and the beer is still staying flavorful, and it just kind of washes it. You know what I mean? Like kind of.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man, but just want to ask a quick question because I think it's applicable because it's habanero and IPA. Have you had habanero Sculpin from Ballast Point? That's on the West Coast there, and it's a habanero IPA. I'm curious if it's a similar experience. That's why I wanted to ask.
Never had their habanero one. I'm very familiar with their beers. I actually went to their brewery in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. They're great.
Great beers. Yeah. They have some good stouts and stuff too. No, it's I don't know. It's just good. I don't know that the habanero, the smoky, it kind of comes through a little bit. It's very light with any kind of smokiness that a habanero would give it. But the creaminess of the spice from it, habanero's also got a nice heat to it as well. So it kind of works with the jalapeno. The jalapeno gives it a vegetal, and then you got the creamy with the beer washing through it. It's kind of like goes through little veins of the cheese as it's in your mouth. It kind of like washes through and tunnels through it and like washes it down. It's really nice. And it keeps the flavors. I don't know what it is about IPAs, especially like West Coast IPAs really work well with like peppery hot cheeses and hot foods. I really like Mexican food and shit is really good with IPAs. But this, I think I would have preferred to rather have like I just had the Comatose double IPA. That's like hardcore West Coast. I would have rather had more of a piney or bite, something like that going through this than rather a fruity, hazier West Coasty kind of like hazy beer. This is just a little too fruity, but it was still good. It still pushed things through and let me taste the beers too while I was tasting the cheese. So it was it worked out either way, you know. It was like you're gonna go well regardless. If you do any IPA with a freaking cheddar is gonna go well, in my opinion. I don't think it depends. It matters on. I can't even talk right now. And it doesn't matter what it is, though. You know, like a New England's gonna go well with it too. But for some reason, this isn't as punctual in my mind as I would think that a West Coast, like a straight up West Coast with that pine and even all this other shit, it would just pierce right through. I don't know, man. I got my thoughts, man. I do. I got my thoughts. This was interesting. Let me tell you. My mind went ape shit on this one. So you guys heard me thinking out loud quite a bit there. Anyway, take it easy. I'm going to leave for a moment. I got stage fright, man. It started freaking me out.
Well, actually, no. I'm thinking I might start. I might start making bread. You know, maybe some rye bread, pumpernickel, white bread, Italian loaf, maybe pita bread. I might start up a company called IN. So you know, the inbread company. I do forecast great sales happening in West Virginia with my inbread company. So
are you serious?
I think it's a good. I think it's a good move.
Are you serious? You gonna do that?
Come on, inbred.
I know, I heard that, but I thought that was kind of good. That would work.
Let's just get on with the beer and cheese. We got the beer is it's like I said, kind of an atypical type like American IPA. It's all right. I'm gonna give Tessellation IPA from Crafty Bastard Brewery a 92 out of 100. It was decent. The cheese. Now this is a cheese like right out the fork. Right up front, I was like, wow, this is 100. It was 100 to me. And then as I had time to really think about it, because I love cheddar cheeses, and thinking about like the Irish cheddar there, Kerrygold, and thinking about some of theirs, and it's very similar to the Kerrygold in a lot of ways. The one thing that this cheese is missing, the one thing that would have put this over the top, the flavor crystals. It didn't have any. It didn't have any of those crunchy little like crystals, like if it was aged longer type deal. So I'm not going to give this cheese 100. I'm going to give it a 99 out of 100. Just for that one factor. If it did have the little crunchy flavor crystals in it, would have been world class, excellent, awesome cheese. I'm gonna go after the other ones because they have two other cheddars out there as well. So we'll go after those and check them out. This is definitely on my list of a cheese to buy, a cheddar cheese to buy. That's the still the packaging here. So just in case there's any newcomers, it is the Sartori Old World Cheddar. It's a
Where'd you buy that at? Grocery store,
uh,
specialty store, or what?
Yeah, no, I got this at the grocery store. It was at Market Basket. I'm sure you guys don't have Market Baskets where you're at. I think it's more of a Northeast chain.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find it at the grocery store. The combination worked perfectly. It was quite amazing with how well it worked. Even got goosebumps at one point. So you get yourself a nice kind of American IPA, West Coast IPA, doesn't matter. Pair it with this cheese, and I think that you're in for a good treat. Yeah, we're doing shout outs and stuff like that, or are we waiting until the end?
Yeah, go for it.
All right,
man.
shout outs. After Dark Beers on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery. Just bring a dark beer based off of the grist, the malt, grain, in the beer. Don't bring Josh beer.
No.
His is definitely dark, but it's dark because it's full of.
It's still, this one's 19 SRMs.
It says 80 SRM, Bumpy.
This is 19. Stop discriminating against fruits.
After that, we got Malty Monday, which is on Monday. It's going to be the wheat wine this time. So find yourself a wheat wine and join up on panel if you can. If not, then please be there in the chat watching the show. That's on the 18th of October, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, on my channel.
Nice.
And of course, stay tuned for next Beer and Cheese next Tuesday. Because
yes.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. All right.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on tonight, Beer Man.
Very welcome as always. Thank you for being here, man. Cheers. All right.
All right. So I guess I'll start with the cheese first. So the Edam, I like this. It's a good table cheese, crackers. I don't know if this would be a good melting cheese or not or anything like that, but definitely it's good. Like I said, it's salty, nutty, robust. I like it. To be honest with you, this one was a little bit saltier than the other product that I had, but it's still good. I guess, I don't know, 1 to 100, I'd put this cheese at probably a 92. It's good. Like I said, a little bit salty, but other than that, I mean, flavors are there. Tastes great. For this, $4.50, the peanut butter jelly slushy XO, $4.50 North. That's not the best product I've had from them. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot going on in that, and it can be a little overwhelming at times to sit down and drink a whole 16-ounce can of that. But And it was lackluster in some of the flavors they said they were trying to portray, but um, oh, damn, I'll put that one at a 92. The combination said the have the cheese and then the beer. Cheers, Cheryl. That went surprisingly well. Like I said, it was the contrast, the sweet, the savory, and the savory saltiness of the cheese brought out those flavor notes in the beer that I wasn't getting initially. Like I said, the blackberry, the banana, and made the grape a lot more pronounced, which was good. Um, yeah, so I guess overall, I stick it at a 94. They did work pretty well together. Shout out wise, I got 2 boxes of beer in the mail today, so there will be an unboxing sooner than later. Probably not tonight. I'm gonna hang out. It's my Friday, so tomorrow at some point I'll be doing some unboxing, and yeah. Other than that, what's it? Ron Terrio's doing pumpkin beers every Wednesday at 7:20 for the rest of the month. Thomas Metal 75 will be wild card on Wednesday at 7:30. Alex the Beer Master is doing French fries and beer for Food Friday, which would be 8 o'clock Friday, and he was not French fries specific. He said he could bring sweet potato fries.
Oh, nice, because I have some sweet potato fries in the freezer. All right. I'm saving those fries.
You can do different variants of fries, loaded fries, cheese fries, nacho fries, whatever. You can do anything with that. So yeah, who can't go wrong with French fries and a beer?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, and I guess I'll give one out for John and Ellie as well. Georgia Beer Reviews, Stout Sunday, every Sunday. I think he's going to be here this week. One of these weeks coming up, he's going to have to take off. But yeah, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring a stout, porter, and yeah, get your swerve on before football starts. It's always a good show. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Nice, dude.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks, Miscellaneous. Right on.
no problem. Anytime.
Ooh. All right. Gemma.
All right, hey everybody. I'll keep it short and sweet. I'll start with the score and then do shout outs. So I give the cheese, unfortunately, I give it an 80. It's a good cheese, but it's some basic bitch like grocery store Gouda, you know? But hey, for 8 ounces for $3.97, I'll give it like, you know, it's a good like Popper cheese, you know, Popper and the Prince kind of situation, you know, like I like my beer was the Prince, my cheese was the Popper. I give my beer a 98 for what it is. So we have a blended average of 89. So Uncle Rico's back van experience spectacular. I give it an 89 altogether. You want to average everything, you know. It improved the cheese. The beer definitely, I got that umami. It was kind of like, oh, okay, you know. You could have fooled me that there was any kind of bourbon pellets, or they probably sprinkled a couple bourbon pellets over regular pellets and called it a day just for the label. But, you know, still a smoked cheese at a good price. So that can be hard to find in it. You know, it came in a little disc and I cut the slices myself. So it was flavorful. It's not like it was a pre-sliced smoked Gouda at the store that just didn't have any smoke to it. I'm just going to go with the same shout outs I did last week. Just the Sunday night stuff. And neither show I've been on, so I need to try to go on After Dark, Bumpy Road Brewing, his Sunday show. And then I still want to go on John and Nellie's Stout Sunday. There was one Sunday I was ready to go, and I had everything picked out, and it turned out that was just like one of the Sundays he just didn't do it. But I still want to try to get on the show. Speaking of his channel, he does this Beer Friends thing, and he just did this interview with Bumpy, and I listened to it last night while I was doing dishes on my wireless headset thing, and it was really interesting hearing about Bumpy's journey, you know, on brewing beer. Like, he goes, like, really, like, if you want to know more about like kind of just bumpy. It was educational, Bumpy. That's cool that you went on there, man. And I thought, were you happy with that, Bumpy? Did you think it was a fun experience to go on?
Oh yeah, definitely fun. It's always interesting having like an interview type thing, but doing it with John, where we've been friends for so long now, it makes it easier. It's not like being interviewed by somebody that you just don't know and you don't know what to really expect from them. So it wasn't just like total interview, like in your face type stuff. It was kind of like cool. Just a general chit chat along there as well.
So I'll close off by saying anybody who's interested in the community, if you watch John Nilly's Beer Friends or whatever it's called episode, I think it's called Beer Friends, episode number 1 with Bumpy, I think it's it's a cool look into, just more about these guys, which I'm interested. I think that's cool. And I'm all about those Sunday shows, man.
Nice. Hell yeah. Well, thank you very much. Let's move. Man. Thank you so much. Let's move on to John.
Cheers, Jimmer.
All right.
I thought you were going to finish it.
No, I'm getting there. I'm thirsty, though.
Time for another beer.
So am I, man.
Water or ginger ale or something.
I'll probably have some orange juice after this.
There you go. So we'll do the beer first. So Imprint, the mixed berry s'mores. It's a good beer. Get a lot of all those berry notes, some of that milk chocolate, graham cracker. I don't think it has milk sugar. It probably does have milk sugar and all that stuff. It doesn't list milk sugar or lactose, but I kind of get that vibe from it. But Imprint makes great stuff. They make a lot of good sours. They make good IPAs too. So for the beer score for the mixed berry s'mores from Imprint, I'll give it a 96. It's good. Now, could I drink more than one of these? Probably not, like I said earlier. Just overly sweet and kind of sits in the bottom of your stomach, all that sweetness and goodness. But it's good. Nice full body to it. Nice and smoothie-esque, as you can see. Nice, leaves some residue on your glass. Wow. I need to stop saying beer man. The Yancey's Fancy, the Picante pepper cheese, New York State cheese. $6.99 I paid for this. I didn't mention that. Not terrible, but it's a good cheese. Be good on a sandwich or something like that, or some crackers or anything like that, like a nice little snack type cheese. Nice pepper notes to it. Like I said, not overly spicy. You get a little of that hint of the picante, not in your face. Nice saltiness to it. A little bit of creaminess. More of a kind of like a rubbery taste to it, though. But it's good. I'd probably pick it up again. So for the cheese, I'd give it a 90. Give it a 93. It's pretty good cheese. Yancey's Fancies makes some good stuff. I know Miscellaneous always usually rocks a lot of their products. I haven't had too much of their stuff, but all the stuff I've had from them is really good. So get some Yancey's Fancy in your life. I think everyone
they make that buffalo.
Oh yeah, I need to find. I haven't seen
that one. Was good, dude.
I need to find that
buffalo wing cheese.
Or maybe I did see that one. I'll have to pick that one up. Maybe I'll do a sour one with that, but we'll see. Together, it didn't go too great together. Like I said, they're better separate. You got your beer and then you got the cheese. But I'll still give it a 90. It's not awful, but it just has a weird vegetal taste at the end of it with those berries and all that adjuncts in this beer. But like I said, you live and you learn. That try something different. I mean, I could have I got some Pilsners or West Coast IPAs in the fridge, so I could have
that could
but I was like, I'm gonna try something different, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. you never know. So
I would go Pilsner, man. From how you described that cheese, I mean, you would think IPA, right? But I think the smoothness of the Pilsner is going to somehow make it more cohesive. You know?
yeah, well, it's funny because I actually had a Pilsner before this, so it was like a German style Pilsner, but yeah,
Nice. That might work.
So 90 for the pairing. Shout out wise, trying to think whoever hasn't shouted anybody else out yet. I think everyone's kind of shouted themselves out and other shows going on and stuff like that. But for me, mine's mostly just Instagram. Philly Crooker 87 is where I post all my beers and not really a review, just kind of tell you what it's about, kind of thing, and that's about it.
Nice.
And, you'll see me every once in a while in these panels here and there, hanging out with everyone. So cheers, beer man. Thanks for having me. Cheers to the panel. Cheers to the chat, and happy beer and cheese.
Happy
I
beer
will
and
say,
cheers.
really quick that I watched your didn't you do a thing with John and Ellie, right? You guys did like a beer review. He has a couple episodes.
Oh
on.
yeah. We met up a couple weekends ago, and we did like two beer reviews.
Yeah, I watched that Falconer's Flight Smash one, and I love that Falconer's Hop, dude. And that seemed like a cool beer, man. So nice review from you guys.
Yeah, that's a good beer. That's like that's Triple Crossing's like flagship, one of their flagship beers.
Nice. It looked dope.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's like 6.5, something like that, 6% something IPA, but it's nice and juicy, So
Nice.
it's
Sweet.
So
Awesome.
cheers.
Cheers, man. Thank you. That's done. One's done. Hey, I gotta give you a Bumpy trick. Okay, so I did a little test, man, and I told you. I went on a little weird tangent. I don't know what happened there. I think I was having a seizure when I was going through this, but I went and put the Vistas Mosquito, which is a West Coast IPA through and through, American IPA through and through, like hardcore, piney, resinous, sweet, this, that. Some of you have had it. Fresh, it's really good. And I had it with this, and it's more bright. It's more functional with the cheese. But one thing I fucking gotta tell you, man, is that the softness of the flaked oats and flaked barley in this toned it down in the heat more. So if you got a hot cheese, very hot one, like that other 3 cheese pepper one I had was hotter than this one. If you got something like that, this is gonna tone it off quick, man. That's gonna take the heat down to a level that's comprehensible, where this is gonna spark it up more. A brighter IPA, a brighter West Coasty kind of piney. Yeah. I think that resinous pine works with the peppers and makes that heat come out more or something. So the softer is better. I think the fruit is nice. So with the cheese, though, I'm going to give the cheese is a very decent cheese. It's heaty, like they said. They weren't lying. I'm going to give it a 95. It's delicious. It's a great, nice white cheddar, medium cheddar cheese. It's very delicious. It's got nice peppers in there. Very good blend. Very good mix. 95. And the beer, I'm going to give the beer a 96. And the reason why is because I really love the hoppy. I love that. I like, personally, when I used to brew, I used the flower hops. I didn't use pellets. And I did like the vegetal kind of hoppy resinousy-ness, the grassy resinousy kind of feel. And I've always liked that resinousy kind of thing. I love it when a beer tastes like the hops you put in it, And a lot of these hops, they get that fruity, this, that, and then you add fruits to it and it enhances it or makes it off or whatever. I don't know, but I really like hoppy beers. I love hoppy resinous beers, and this was a 96 in my opinion. This was a very good beer for a 7%. Not bad at all. Very not sessionable, but definitely drinkable and something you can't put down. So
and it was like a wheat beer without the wheat, because it was like oat and barley, but
just
no
oat,
wheat.
Barley, but no wheat.
It looked
just
none
of that
crazy.
grainy kind of thing, really. Yeah. None
it's
of
good.
that cereal kind of thing. More of like a oatmeal cereal, I guess, more than anything.
That's
with
dope,
the
man.
fruit though, with the Galaxy
Dope.
hops, giving that fruit
Yeah,
and all
with
that.
the fruit.
Yeah. So very good to together blend. After doing that test, I'm gonna do I'll do a 95 out of 100 on the blend, on the mix. I think it was a great mix.
Nice.
So get a peppery cheese, get a peppery cheddar, and do it with a West Coast hazy IPA. Let's say, very soft hazy Westy. Very nice with that. So
Nice.
cool. So beer and cheese for next week. So this is gonna be one of those kinds that I say, hey, let's bring it. So it's going to be the same cheese that you had there, Jammer. I'm sorry, but bring a smoked Gouda again, because Bumpy has a smoked Gouda, and I wanted to stick with the theme that he has there. And I was liking what you brought too. I thought it was weird that you brought that.
Hey, worst case scenario, I'm right next to Walmart, and I can buy $3.97 smoked Gouda all fucking day long, beer man.
Good,
So
man.
you're speaking my language.
Smoked
I'll just
Gouda.
I'll go grab another.
Cool.
I'll go grab another wheel.
Grab a different kind. Yeah, different one.
I'm just kidding. I'll try to find a different kind.
Find one. Stick my foot in my mouth. So I smoke Gouda though for sure. 8 o'clock Eastern on that. Bring a smoked Gouda and a beer of choice. And it's literally a beer of choice, like whatever. I mean, all these fruit beers tonight, the fruited sours, and it's crazy. But tomorrow will be the first. I don't really have a name for it yet. But
the West Coast thing.
It's going to be an IPA month, so we're going to have different IPAs throughout the next 4 weeks. We'll have a different type of IPA. So this one's going to be a West Coast style this week. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern, bring a fresh Westy. I don't care if it's Imperial or if it's just regular session or whatever it is, 6.5, 6.2. I don't care what it is. Just bring a Westy and let's talk about it and go over it. And then the next one, I'll shout that out tomorrow. So, bring that up. And, of course, hey, man, I'm getting freaking insulation in it. I can't wait for the freaking my rough inspections coming, dude. Next week, I hope. So I hope my brewery gets past that stupid rough inspection. It's freaking exhausting, let me tell you. But there's some advancements with that, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Nice,
all right, cheers, guys. Let's bring up everyone. Here, let's just leave it like it is, and we're gonna go ahead and do an outro. But thank you guys in the panel so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I always do. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone in the chat also for your super awesome support that you give us all the time, and I just appreciate you. We all do. Please subscribe to these guys if you haven't already, and check out their channel. So cheers, man. We are almost out of there, I promise. As soon as I can find the outro. Here we go.